Doctor Who or Marvel? Let's find out in this year's Christmas special. Welcome to the review. Alright, it feels so good to be back after almost an entire year of not making any reviews on this channel. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, in today's review we'll be looking at female replacement characters, pointless subplots, and storyline plot holes. But also way more. But before we start all the fun, let's just have a little recap of the episode. So the episode starts out in New York City on Christmas Eve. A boy by the name of Grant wakes up to find the Doctor dangling outside his window and lets him in, believing that he's Santa Claus himself. The Doctor takes Grant to the rooftop and shows him a device that will light up the city and clean up the Doctor's mess. To power up the device, the Doctor needs an important gemstone, which he had earlier given to Grant so that he could power on the device. However, Grant eats the gemstone, which gives him superpowers. Fast forward into Grant's adulthood, the two meet again under some very different circumstances. The Doctor is investigating a company by the name of Harmony Shoals with his new sidekick Nardole, when he meets the news reporter Lucy Lombard, who is also investigating this particular company. Turns out the bosses of the company, Mr. Brock and Dr. Sim, keep a bunch of brains in jars hidden in a secret vault. The brains are alien life forms that transplant themselves into the bodies of humans. The company has established a section in all of the capital cities in the US. This is in order for the alien life forms to transplant themselves into the bodies of all the world's leaders in order to rule the world. In the meantime, Grant has become a superhero by the name of the Ghost and shows up to the facility to save Lucy. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Nardole quickly track down the brain's ship in a low orbit above the planet, whereupon they discover that its reactor has been placed in a critical state. The Doctor immediately reprograms the ship to begin descending ahead of schedule, much to the brain's horror, and with the help of the superhero Grant, they manage to save the day by Grant catching the ship and flying it back into space. The episode ends with the Doctor and Nardole flying back into space to save more planets and civilizations. Alright, so that was a short recap. Now let's get into what I thought of the episode. Right off the bat, I just want to say thank you to the Doctor Who writing team for bringing Matt Lucas's character back to the show. I love Matt, and I really like his character as well, and I think he works greatly alongside the Doctor, and I hope he'll be in more episodes. Now, as for the opening of this episode, I didn't really find it that realistic. The Doctor just swings by and the kid, Grant, is just up for going on a random adventure with him in our digital age. You know, I believe that if this would have happened in the real world, it would have looked a little bit more like this. Oh, hello there, young one. I'm the Doctor. Don't worry, I'm not dangerous, I'm just Scottish. You know, in fact, it's Christmas Eve. I'm bloody Santa Claus. Isn't that exciting? Whatever. Whatever. Aren't you excited that Santa Claus is here? You're not Santa Claus. I know that for a fact. Oh, come on, you've got to have a bit of an imagination, kiddo. Santa Claus doesn't exist. He couldn't logically exist. If Santa Claus was real, he'd have to land with all of his reindeers on the roof, climb down through the chimney, put the presents under the tree, eat the cookies, drink the milk, climb back up through the chimney, and fly away again in 0.1 seconds in order to be able to make it to every kid's house during one night. Oh, and by the way, I've already sent a message to the police, and they're here. They're ready to storm the place, so I'd get out of here if I were you. Oh, well, this was much easier in the 60s. Fucking idiot. Yeah, talk about being made to feel unwanted. Anyways, what I particularly disliked in this episode was the character of Lucy. It's like she reminds me of, oh, I don't know, the worst companion in the show's history. Click the note card to watch my video on that. She's a rerun. Another lazy Moffat female character who you're supposed to hate within the first few minutes. If this episode was completely without her character, it still would have worked, and that's not a good thing. It's an unnecessary subplot that leads nowhere and has no real motive other than bringing love into the equation. Anyways, as always, the cinematography was amazing, Merritt Gold's music was amazing, Peter Capaldi's performance was, as always, absolutely amazing. And all around, it was a fun and exciting episode filled with action and clever jokes. I gotta say, well done, Doctor Who team. I'm gonna give this episode 3.5 TARDISes out of 5 because of the pointless love story that felt forced and rushed. In the ending, I just want to say that I'm looking forward to the rest of season 10 and I'm looking forward to reviewing all the episodes. Alright, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Merry Christmas, have a happy new year, and have an amazing 2017, and I'll see you soon, yeah? Bye.
Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then please click here. If you'd like to see a random video from my channel, then click here. Also, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.